family in need after a fire destroys their home. We've got that story. Also, a political aspirant's office is destroyed. He believes it was politically motivated. And later, a mother mourning the tragic loss of her son in the country's latest traffic fatality. Eyewitness News starts now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Janae Noel. Thanks so much for joining us, and happy National Flag Day. Topping news tonight, arson is suspected in a fire overnight, leaving one family with only the clothes left on their backs. Our Laurencia Smith has the details in our top story tonight.
A family in the Coral Heights West community left only with memories after a blaze early Tuesday morning gutted their home. Fire officials say arson is suspected and explain that flames not only destroyed the residence but also several vehicles parked in the driveway, reducing everything to a shell.
The car alarm went off, and then I ran downstairs to check, and one of the cars were on fire. I didn't know what had transpired.
That's the owner of the home wishing to remain anonymous. She says that they've called the split-level structure on Roberts Boulevard home for the last 25 years. She recalls how she had only seconds to wake her loved ones and rush them to safety, watching helplessly as everything they own went up in flames.
My husband up and the children heard the commotion and they came. But the fire spread so quick we didn't have time to do anything, get any possessions of. Everything was destroyed.
Investigations are now underway. Police say a man wearing a white shirt and black pants was seen deliberately setting one of the vehicles ablaze. The homeowner, still shaken up, says it's hard to comprehend that someone would intentionally try to destroy the place her family has called home for decades.
Heart-wrenching to even think that somebody would be so mean, so wicked, so evil to want to hurt people. I mean, I'm so emotional. I don't know what to say right now. I'm just grateful to God for life.
In recent times, police have reported several suspected arson cases. Just last month, a local nightclub, 78 West, in the Gladstone Road area, was the victims of suspected arson. Laurencia Smith, Eyewitness News.
Meantime, arson is an indictable offense. That's according to Superintendent Quincy McGregor of the Fire Services Department, who says the uptick in suspicious fires in recent months is raising alarm bells. He says individuals found guilty of intentionally setting fires, especially to homes, could face the full wrath of the law.
There's a penalty of imprisonment for 20 years for that offense. Persons who would have set fires to buildings, also this would be a penalty of 20 years. And also persons who would have caused damage as a result of fire. This is an imprisonment of five years for that offense also.
Superintendent McGregor maintains that the department will do whatever it takes to stop alleged arsonists in their tracks.
Persons who have this thing in mind of setting fires, the fire department is resolute, Bahamas Police Force. You will be found and you will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. We take arson very serious and fire-related matters very, very serious. And we will not feel relentless in our approach to apprehending you and putting you before the courts for this offense.
Meantime, Free National Movement candidate Dr. Nicholas Fox is now dealing with a troubling act of alleged vandalism and theft. Police are investigating a break-in at the medical office of the candidate, and he's raising concern about political intimidation and also security. Our Lyndon Ritchie Jr. has his story tonight.
It seems to be politically motivated. Why else would they do it? It's never been done before. I've been here 10 years.
Just days after the medical veteran, Dr. Nicholas Fox, made his debut to frontline politics, being ratified as the Free National Movement candidate for Fox Hill. His office space, the Medi Center on Collins Avenue, became the scene of one of the country's latest robberies. What you're looking at is video footage from Fox's office, the scene his medical staffers met that criminals left behind. The ceiling cut open and paper sprawled. According to Fox, the attack went underway around 2:30 a.m. on Monday.
Our bags were missing. The float was missing. Files were taken out of the drawer. It was strewn all over the place.
Now, Eyewitness News asked Fox why he believes the incident is politically motivated. He emphasized while some items were taken, the vandalism says it all.
Suddenly, 4 days after ratification, my office is ransacked. I just find it too coincidental
However, despite the robbery, the political hopeful is making one thing clear: nothing or no one will deter him.
I'm in this to win this. I think the Fox Hill people need good representation. The Fox Hill need somebody that's genuine.
Officials say authorities reportedly visited the business establishment, taking fingerprints, statements, and hopes those responsible will be brought to justice. Linton Ritchie Jr., Eyewitness News.
Meantime, a 21-year-old man is behind bars tonight on murder, conspiracy, and murder charges. Prosecutors say Edward Major planned and carried out the June 23rd murder of 25-year-old Lindenwood Roll. Roll was shot dead outside of his home on New Bowl Street. That's off of Market Street. He did not have to enter pleas to the charges when he stood before Chief Magistrate Roberto Reckley. Bail has been denied. He returns to court on October 2nd to receive a voluntary bill of indictment. Police also hauling 21-year-old Edward Major before the magistrate's court to face those murder and conspiracy charges. As you heard, he's accused of planning and executing the killing of 25-year-old Lindenwood Roll. It's a story we are continuing to follow tonight. Well, on to some other news coming from the newsroom tonight. We are learning at this hour that the magistrate is placing a minor into Child Protective Services as a 12-year-old girl's guardians face sexual abuse charges. Assistant Chief Magistrate Carolyn Vaught Evans made the order after the child's mother, 42, and stepfather, a 45-year-old pastor, were charged on June 19th with allegedly molesting her older sibling. Prosecutors allege that the man molested his then 15-year-old stepdaughter in December of 2022. Additionally, the girl's mother and stepfather are alleged to have molested her in June of 2024 and February of this year. The mother and stepfather were remanded, the alleged victim living with her maternal grandmother. In June, Vaught Evans ordered the removal of the alleged molestation victim from the custody of the grandmother in order to prevent witness tampering. However, defense lawyer Alfonso Lewis said a judge has been asked to lift that order. A decision is still pending. The mother has since been freed on bail by a Supreme Court judge, while the pastor remains in custody. Both the accused appearing before Vaught Evans on Monday for the presentation of a voluntary bill of indictment. The documents were not ready. That matter has been adjourned to September 18th. Meantime, a church leader in Grand Bahama, Bishop Ricardo Grant, is expressing grave concern tonight on the heels of another suicide attempt in the nation's second city. Police telling reporters that a man attempted to take his life by hanging himself on a tree outside a business establishment off the Grand Bahama Highway on Saturday. He was reportedly discovered unresponsive by an employee who spotted an unidentified object around his neck. Police say CPR was administered, the victim taken to hospital where he remains under surveillance. Now, this coming days after a 28-year-old man also attempted suicide by injuring himself around the neck with a sharp object. This as there's been cases where residents managed to take their own lives without any thwarting attempts. Bishop Grant says it's becoming an alarming issue that the church cannot turn a blind eye to.
It is disturbing, and it is something that we have been praying and paying attention to from the church. We have been covering it in prayer because, again, it has to do with mental disorder and certainly mental stress, strain. And I believe that we need to now continue to pay more attention to, our mental health. And our mental health speaks to the fact of what we've been allowing ourselves to be ministered to. That which is, certainly that which we've been filtering and feeding to our minds, let alone the challenges of the day, the natural challenges of the day, that is. And so we're giving it much, much prayer, praying for the country and praying for our people.
In other news tonight, a mother experiencing her worst nightmare, the loss of her 18-year-old son, as she deals with the grief. Our Jose Etienne telling us tonight that this is compounded by the recent deaths of other relatives. Jose?
Janea, an unthinkable horror for a mother who's still carrying the weight of a triple tragedy after losing her 3 brothers in one fatal car accident. Philippa Christie is now grieving the loss of her son, who met a similar fate in a deadly traffic accident. And what makes it even more heart-wrenching, her son called her just minutes before he died to get something off his chest.
He was saying that, Mommy, I love you. I just called to talk. And, I was talking to him and he said that, Mommy, I really wanted to change. He said, Fresh Creek is so hard to live in.
It was a chilling conversation shortly after 9 p.m. on Sunday between Philippa Christie and her son, Jimmy Jermaine Johnson. Less than 15 minutes later, she got the call no parent ever wants to receive.
I got there and saw my child laying in a pool of blood.
Johnson, also known as JJ, died after a motorcycle collided with a vehicle in Andres. Graphic videos from the scene show one of the victims lying across a shattered windshield, a scene too familiar for a family that's still grieving. The Christie family has yet to heal from last year's deadly crash in New Providence that claimed the lives of Philippa's 3 brothers.
Mentally, for 2 years, it's been a lot, but I still managed to pull through.
And yet, despite his struggles, JJ was trying to turn his life around. His record wasn't perfect. His mother admits that he made mistakes, but that last conversation, she says, was proof that he wanted more.
That was something he basically tells me every day. Mommy, if I could just work, I wouldn't have the time on my hand to be into these things. If people could just look into persons that need chances to turn their life around, the place would be a better place.
Making matters worse, she says, is the lack of opportunities for young men in Andres.
Our children are on the streets when they probably could have been doing a summer school program, either in plumbing, carpentry. Fresh Creek just need a turnaround when it comes down to the young men.
Now, Philippa Christie is left with memories and regrets that her son won't get the chance to start over. Janelle.
Thanks so much, Jose. Moving on to news from politics tonight with the countdown to the next general election underway. A growing third party is once again making moves. The Coalition of Independents has unveiled another group of candidates hoping to strengthen its presence on the political stage and also capture the attention and support of Bahamian voters. Arlen Ritchie Jr. has the details tonight.
The Coalition of Independents is gearing up to contest the next general election with a full slate of candidates, unveiling 5 new aspirants who party officials say are ready to, quote, challenge the narrative. Among them, sitting Central Grand Bahama MP Iram Lewis, who left the Free National Movement earlier this year and is now defending his seat under the COI banner. The other ratified candidates include Karen Farrington for South Beach, Christian Hasty for Central and South Eleuthera, Carlton Clare for Central South Andres and Mangrove Key, and Natasha Mitchell for North Eleuthera.
Change ain't coming. Change is here. We need to get our parks fixed. Steady and stable electricity.
We need to have this water situation fixed.
Kids, I need education.
Making history in his political shift, Lewis has traded in the torch for the COI. And party leader Lincoln Bain says he has full confidence that the people are ready for what's next.
There's one party called the PLP and FNM, and there's another party called the COI. It's time to give someone else a try.
In the South Beach constituency, Farrington says she's unbothered by the FNM's pick, Senator Darren Henfield, and says she's ready to face off against incumbent Bacchus Roll of the Progressive Liberal Party.
Oh, this is my seat. I got this. I heard the cry of the people.
Meanwhile, Hasty for the COI will face off against the FNM's Philippa Kelly in Central and South Eleuthera, a seat currently held by Minister of Works Clay Sweeting. In North Eleuthera, COI's Mitchell is up against the FNM's Ricky Mackey, challenging sitting MP Sylvanus Petty. Both newly ratified candidates sharing their immediate priorities.
Reliable internet. That's the key to the global market. That's important for education.
Close half day almost every week. Because of water and light situation.
This latest announcement brings the COI's roster to 33 candidates, and with the Boundaries Commission expected to make a recommendation soon, Bain says the party is on standby for any changes. Linton Ritchie Jr., Eyewitness News.
Well, the leader of the Coalition of Independents, Lincoln Bain, not holding back from opposition Free National Movement leader Michael Printard as he's criticizing the party's first group of ratified candidates in the upcoming election. While at the opening of the COI's headquarters, Bain says from his view, only his party is, quote, serious about bettering the Bahamas.
We're not impressed. We think that if Michael Pintard is even going to use our slogan by saying change ain't coming, change is here, in a senior moment he must have had, we think that they should actually present change like we are doing. To present 9 out of 17 candidates, a majority, who are the same old people from the last election, you can't be serious about change. It's disgraceful.
With the number of familiar faces to the political arena, part of the F&M's candidate's first rollout, Bain says he believes it's sending the wrong message.
It's disgraceful that you're going to come back with persons like Marvin Dames, who has failed us, with persons like Darren Henfield, who has failed us. We want change, man. Give someone else a chance. Give another party a chance. You know what's going to happen if you vote for the PLP or F&M. You know what's going to happen. More after 6 months after election, everybody complaining, everybody won election, everyone tired and fed up. You want that same thing again? No. I think it's time for change.
Well, moving on to some other news tonight, Bishop Ricardo Grant out of Grand Bahama, he says he's hopeful for wherever the party may choose to send him. This as he ran as the F&M's candidate in the recent by-elections in West Grand Bahama and Bimini. Now, he says the jury is still out on whether or not he'll be ratified.
Bishop Grant is positioned himself to serve wherever, is necessary, needed, and wherever my party and my leaders see fit to make certain that I'm placed to serve, I'm prepared to do so. And Central Grand Bahama is where I pastor and also I live. And so, to serve the people in Central Grand Bahama, it would be a distinct honor and a privilege to do so. And I'm blessed to see that we have such a deep bench, and not only that, to see the number of individuals who are stepping up to the plate and wanting to offer themselves for service. Anytime you have Bahamians, young Bahamians, middle-aged persons, and persons who are wanting to make certain that they position themselves to serve, I believe it's a hats off to them for me, And so for me, like I said, I'm prepared and I'm ready on day one.
Meantime, Progressive Liberal Party Chairman Fred Mitchell accusing members of rival political parties of being responsible for an artificial intelligence video that purports to have Mitchell criticizing the LGBT community. Mitchell has since condemned that video, labeling it as political mischief, and he says a cowardly attempt to spread discrimination. Mitchell adding that it's a mischievous abuse of technology that he claims opposing parties would utilize to ruin the governing party's reputation, even as election season gets underway.
I blame Michael Pintard and the F&M, though. I mean, no question, or what I call the Coalition of Idiots, or COI, because they have to make up political lies in order to convince people that they can get support. They had a launch which fell flat. They're not getting any traction in the country. The country's basically responded by saying they're kind of dead in the water. We have to, however, not get distracted by this and keep ourselves going, knowing that we have miles to go before we sleep, promises to keep. And, I see people trying to make up stories about political attacks, robberies and break-ins and all sorts of rubbish that they come up with. The fact is, the voice note, the video note has nothing to do with the Progressive Liberal Party. It's certainly not my voice.
Authorities on the island of Exuma launching an investigation into a boating accident that left an American man seriously injured on Monday. Preliminary reports indicate that sometime around 7:30 p.m., the victim, an adult male, was snorkeling near the shoreline in the Tar Bay area when he was reportedly struck by a 20-foot white Boston whaler vessel. The man sustaining significant injuries to his lower body. He was assisted to shore by local residents and subsequently transported to Exuma Healthcare Facility for initial medical treatment. Well, today the victim was airlifted to the United States for advanced medical care. His condition was last listed as serious but stable. Police say investigations into this incident remain ongoing tonight. Also from the Crime Beat, police on Harbor Island making a significant drug bust early today around 5 a.m. Officers from the Eleuthera Division working alongside Operation Black Scorpion. They executed a search warrant at the home on Dunmore Street. During the search, authorities reportedly discovered and confiscated a quantity of suspected marijuana. One adult male who resides at the location was taken into custody. He's now assisting police with their ongoing investigation. While police estimate the drugs weigh approximately 1 pound, it carries a street value of $1,000. Well, if you've got a news tip or if you've seen news in the making, call the Ion News hotline at 397-6397. We also invite you to send your letters to the editor for publication on all of our social media platforms. Eyewitness News Bahamas at gmail.com. And if you're watching on our Facebook or YouTube page, share your thoughts about today's stories in the comments section. We want to hear from you. We're just getting started in Eyewitness News tonight, but when we come back, young regulations, they take effect. But industry leaders, they're weighing in tonight. We've got that story coming up. And still to come, fire hydrants, they're finally going to land at Arawat Key. Vendors say their cries have been answered. We've got more on that right after this break.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Taste of a KFC big deal, some people will do anything. KFC, it's finger licking good.
1920, before independence, this was our genesis. Like a sun splitting through darkness to let future in. Great-grandfathers with iron fists, wielding policies that paved possibilities for the next of kin. '07 was a shedding of skin. Now native, but never wavered on our commitment. Before our country turned 50, we were here. 50 years more, helping life, spreading light. BAF for life.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community. Also help with the education of our kids in this community and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Stripe and the Bahamian Company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
Dreaming of the bright lights and non-stop energy of Tokyo this September? Your Scotiabank credit card could take you there. Spend $350 Bahamian dollars or more on your current card, or activate and use a new one for your chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip for you and a guest to Tokyo, Japan. 5 days, 4 nights. Tokyo's waiting. Start tapping today. Promotion runs from May 19th to July 7th.
Win a brand new 2026 GAC MPOW every week for 5 weeks. Every 10 reward points earns you 1 digital entry. The more entries you gain, the better your chances to win. 5 weeks, 5 cars. Will you be one of our lucky winners? Catch the keys today, only at Island Luck. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so game responsibly.
This segment of Eyewitness News is brought to you by EV Motors. It's your last chance to get behind the wheel and drive the evolution. Secure the Toyota BZ4X, Mercedes-Benz EQB 260, Carry Cargo Van, or Carry Elephant X7 truck, with prices starting as low as $309.88 per month. Hurry, before they're gone. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Here's a look at your Eyewitness News gas tracker. You're getting the cheapest tonight at Esso, $5.39. Shell coming in at $5.46. Rubis, $5.48. Welcome back. You're watching Eyewitness News. Well, following debates during the national budget, discussions were on new regulations targeting the yachting sector. They were promised. Those rules now are no longer just proposals. They've now taken effect. But industry leaders say that while they've done their part to comply, the government has not upheld its end of the bargain. Our Delano Roker has the details in this report tonight.
Today marks the first official day of sweeping changes to yachting fees across the Bahamas. The updated fee structure is designed to boost national revenue, but some stakeholders say it's doing so at a cost the government may not have fully considered. President of the Association of Bahamas Marinas, Peter Maury, says while the new regulations are now law, the rollout has been anything but smooth.
Not to be ready on day one, you know, in private business, we can't do things like that. A lot of this stuff isn't up on the portal. They haven't even updated the pricing and stuff. So when the customers come in, you know, they're seeing something different than what we're telling them.
Off camera, one captain told Eyewitness News that booking a charter under the new system can cost up to $64,000, with clients now facing an additional $2,600 in government fees.
There's been quite a few cancellations in our out island marinas, and less expectation of boats suddenly showing up in the next couple of days.
A gloomy day, not just in the weather, but for the maritime sector. An international article publishing that these new regulations are an astonishing display of economic short-sightedness. The article going as far as to comparing the regulations to strangling the throat of the maritime economy, a belief shared by industry experts.
It's embarrassing because, I mean, after COVID, we wrote the book. I mean, you know, countries even down to South America were following our lead in what we were doing. And we've just erased all of that. We're at the bottom of the barrel.
Despite the major financial implications, government officials have yet to formally engage with stakeholders to chart a course toward a smoother implementation.
They're going to do whatever they want to do. The government's going to push us into a corner and say, you have to accept this. They're not going to have a conversation with us because they haven't, you know. So, for a lot of us, we're just at the mercy of, whatever they decide.
Peter Maury maintains that more dialogue is needed to prevent the industry from taking on unnecessary water. Delano Roker, Eyewitness News.
Well, it's been over 3 decades since the last fire hydrant was installed in Arawak Key, and now the installation of one is reportedly set to take place tonight, according to officials. With the Key having a number of fires over the years, business owners emphasizing a burden of fare being lifted. President of the Arawak Key Conch Fish, Vegetables and Food Vendors Association, Rodney Russell, noting that the move is one vendors call for, but is elated to see happen.
First time in 32 years that a fire hydrant is now being considered, and there was a location chosen to put a fire hydrant. We were long hoping for a fire hydrant because of the proximity of these buildings in Arawak Key. We had no fire hydrant, even though in the past we have tried, the association has tried many times to work with the government to assist us in putting a fire hydrant in Arawak Key. We have had fires. Fortunately for us, those fires was distinguished before it could have done any harm to the business owners in Arawak Key. It gives us a sense of security. It also helps us to understand the importance of our development.
Well, operations manager on Arawak Key, Levon Miller, says the installation of the fire hydrant is a collaborative effort between the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources and the Water and Sewage Corporation.
We wanted to expand safer public access to this public facility. And that covers everything from the introduction of CCTVs to the trimming of coconut trees to fire hydrant. Thankfully, the Minister with responsibility for agriculture, Mr. Campbell, as well as Minister Lundy, have created a wonderful working partnership that has caused this development to take place. So when the project was considered, because of the location of Arawak Key, the layout of Arawak Key and who Arawak Key caters to, we thought about the different ways that it would be possible to get done. Arawak Key is all man-made land, and so there was a consideration given for a deep water well hydrant as well as a pressurized hydrant. So what we're going to put out here is going to be a pressurized hydrant.
Well, In honor of National Flag Day, a ceremony taking place at Government House earlier today. It's the first time the national colors have flown on the property since the operation shifted temporarily to one monarchy during renovations. Chairman of the National Independence Secretariat, Her Excellency Leslie Miller Bryce, stating that the rising is more than just a ceremony, but a symbol.
Now, we started the national flag raising ceremony during our year of the 50th. We wanted to ensure that, we see the Bahamian flags throughout the country. And sometimes we just drive right past, not really realizing the importance, the strength, and really what it means. And so we just wanted to ensure that as we started our 50th anniversary year, that we raise our flags. And it didn't only happen here in New Providence, it happened in every family island. It happened all throughout the diaspora. And so all of us took part, Bahamians everywhere took part in the flag raising ceremony. The flag raising ceremony is important. It's a salute to our vibrant symbol of our country, the black, gold, the aquamarine. We must understand the importance of it. I know as I travel and I represent CARICOM for our country, when I see our Bahamian flag amongst the other flags, I feel so much pride, so much honor. And so we just want to ensure that we do the same thing that we do in other countries when we see our Bahamian flag.
And we hope you're wearing your independence colors today, but she's calling on Bahamians to get involved for the Independence Day celebrations both here in the capital and also on our family islands.
I'm appealing to Bahamians in Nassau, Bahamians throughout the family of islands and throughout the diaspora. Get involved in everything that's happening. The family islands have an entire calendar this week that they have started. So support the family islands. If you have to travel to the family islands and support them as well. Here in New Providence, this is a clarion call to Bahamians near and far. Clifford Park is going to be an amazing event. And then that is July 9th. July 10th, it is the Family Fun Day. During the year of our 50th, we realized that on Independence Day, there wasn't much for Bahamians to do. And so we decided that we were going to host a Family Fun Day. Bahamians came out in droves, families, we have entertainment there, we have lots for the kids. And so July 9th and July 10th, I'm appealing to the public to please come out and support the independence events. It's our country and we only have one nation to celebrate. So celebrate our independence with us.
National pride also taking center stage at One Monarchy as the Bahamian flag was raised, marking the start of the country's 52nd independence celebrations. National Flag Day, as you heard, is observed annually on July 1st. It honors the symbols of Bahamian identity and signals the official kickoff of a week-long calendar of national events. Special guest speaker, Reverend Dr. Philip Ramming, the author of the country's national pledge and anthem, shares what it means to witness this moment in history.
Well, it's good. The population has grown to understand the responsibility. And Sir Lyndon, he worked hard in trying to cause us to understand and to work hard to keep it going. And from Prime Minister to Prime Minister, I think we are realizing now it's more responsibility than a show-off. And we are getting there to do a better job.
Ramming also speaking to the importance of seeing today's youth engaged in national life, striving to carry on the legacy of those who built the foundation of an independent Bahamas.
The younger people, those who are probably 20 and onward, they may be a little more serious than those older, because we were at the crest of the time when it came, and so we are where we are today. But the younger ones now, they've seen what we have done, excelled or failed, and now they're going to need something new.
Also to come in Eyewitness News, the Bahamas and Korea, they're celebrating decades of a long friendship. We've got that story, but first, here's a check on tonight's weather forecast.
Stop my stuff. But it's hot today, boy. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
That's snowy. I can cool off, man.
Where you going? Get back here. Don't go in that people's
I
house.
can inside there.
I can cook whatever you want tonight. Where you going?
You gonna do what?
I can cook whatever tonight.
I forget you can't cook.
Step up the heat and enter Skypole. Expert installation, cool comfort, and reliable service. Brought to you by Discount AC and Supplies. Your one-stop shop for top-tier AC units.
Looking for insurance that fits your lifestyle and your budget? At Star General Insurance, we've got you covered. Whether it's motor insurance with flexible options for third-party liability and comprehensive coverage, or commercial insurance products that protect your business, we have choices you can afford. Own a home or renting? Our home insurance products have just what you need. And for the adventurers out there, we offer marine insurance too. Visit our website or social media pages for contact information and quotes. Star General, insurance made simple.
Why did we decide to put together our country's first nationwide comprehensive energy reforms? We knew that there were no easy answers. BPL was more than $500 million in debt when we came in, operating a failed electricity grid with key components on the verge of collapse. A grid incapable of transmitting solar energy. Changing all of this is a huge project, one that is finally underway. The sky-high bills, the chronic power outages, they've hurt Bahamian families and Bahamian businesses. We are going to leave all of that in the past. We are taking it all on, and transforming energy is going to transform our economy. Go online now to learn more.
I want Bahama Grill when I get hungry. Call us at 356-4745. Barbecue pork ribs or baby back and the beef brisket. You got to try that. Add mac and cheese, potato salad, platter and rice. I go too. Call 356-4745. I want Bahama Grill, morning, noon, or night. Donkey Kong cook, grill or fry some soup and snapper. Fresh veg, green salad, even roast corn. Once you visit Bahama Grill, you want to come back.
Welcome to Paradise Premium Foods, where exceptional taste meets everyday convenience. Right in the heart of Hurricane Hole Plaza, whether you're planning a beachside brunch, an intimate dinner, or simply restocking your favorites, we offer only the finest selection of local and imported goods, handpicked for quality, freshness, and flavor. At Paradise Premium Foods, shopping is effortless, service is personal, and every visit feels like a treat. From gourmet meals to go to organic essentials and indulgent treats, this is your neighborhood market elevated. Live well, eat better. Discover Paradise Premium Foods, now open at Hurricane Hole Plaza, Paradise Island. Paradise Premium Foods. Taste the difference.
This segment of Eyewitness News is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back. Well, officials are celebrating the 40th anniversary of diplomatic relations between the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and the Republic of Korea, established in July of 1985. Both countries were united by shared values, respect for sovereignty, and a commitment to peace. Over the past 4 decades, the relationship has grown, marked by cooperation, mutual respect, and cultural exchange. The ambassador of the Republic to Korea to the Bahamas, Sang Rang Lee, reflected on the strong bond and ongoing respect between both countries.
We are sharing some common shared culture or some ethos pathos between the two people. So we are sharing that kind of the cultural background. We can cooperate in other areas. So for example, in 2018, our Korean tourists reached almost 100,000. usually the Korean American Korean, they came here. But anyway, we have a lot of the people-to-people exchange here.
Well, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture officially kicking off its summer sports program with an orientation session marking the start of weeks of fun, fitness, and development for young athletes across the country. The acting sports director, Kelsey Johnson-Sills, highlighting what the program will feature.
We have more than 12 disciplines, inclusive of basketball, tennis, pickleball for the first time. We have table tennis. We also have softball, baseball, and as you can see, some of the federations have partnered with us on this journey to make sure that we're not only teaching the kids, but we're teaching the kids proper fundamentals. And we're also having a coaches course, and some of our instructors, they're also being able to do some of the courses where they know more than just the fundamentals of the game. They'll know about the statistician and the refereeing, officiating of the game as well. So that's what we wanted to do this summer, expand our program and make sure that all of the opportunities are touched. We also partnered with the Urban Renewal, and that's a big thing for us because now we'll be having more than 50 kids from the 14 centers every single day come down. We'll also offer free lunch to all of our campers.
Among the instructors is Carifta Games record holder Jade Ferguson, who struck gold in the girls' open pole vault at the 2025 championships. Now she's trading the track for the gymnastics mat as she takes on a new role.
I am very excited to help the young kids in gymnastics. I used to do gymnastics for around 7 years, and yeah, it's a fun sport and I'm glad to be teaching the young kids. I think that I'll be a very big impact on the kids because, like you said, I am competitive and I just like to have fun with gymnastics and track and field, so I'm just glad to teach the kids to have fun.
So to come in Eyewitness News tonight, our Laurencia Smith has your latest check on sports. Good evening, Laurencia.
Good evening, Janaea. Well, it looks like Jazz won't be the only one making his presence felt in Yankee Stadium. Here from the 242, I'll tell you who straight ahead in sports.
You work hard to provide for and protect the ones you love. However, life can present unexpected challenges. Who you call in times of need matters. Insurance Management is a Bahamian-owned company that has been serving our community for over 40 years, offering a wide range of coverage for all of your personal, professional, and commercial needs. When life happens, rest easy knowing that our skilled and experienced agents are there for you in your time of need, so that you can get back to what matters most. Insurance Management. Nobody does it better.
We're back! Playhouse and Sound Investment presents your Back to the 90s Volume 11, July 12th at Breezers. From Volume 1 to Volume 10, Playhouse brings to you the most anticipated Back to the 90s party at July 12th at Breezers. Party with some of your favorite Playhouse DJs, Big L, AI, Pressure, alongside Extra Large and DJ Tank with special guest DJs like Tiny. Hosted by yours truly, Joe Cools, and my brother, DJ Bravo. But wait, it doesn't stop there. Rock the night away with Reggie Stepper, performing live, Kimbo King, modeling, and so much more. Early bird tickets are limited. Get yours today. Tickets available, cash and go, Tropics, On the Bay, and any of your favorite Playhouse DJs. For tables or Skybox, contacts 819-2900. Playhouse, Back to the 90s, sponsored by Sound Investment, Guinness, Hennessy, Paradise Games, Tropics on the Bay, Cash and Go, and Alive.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best-kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
At the Water and Sewage Corporation, safety and convenience are our top priorities. However, our meter readers face challenges that can make their job difficult. Locked gates to guard dogs sometimes leads to missed readings and estimated bills, which can be frustrating for you and us. That's why we're upgrading to digital meters. They bring safety, accuracy, and convenience to homes across the Bahamas. We can streamline data collection, reduce on-site visits, and provide more accurate bills with no more estimates. Digital meters also help detect leaks early, saving you from costly bills and reducing water waste. Soon, a user-friendly app will let you track your water usage, manage bills, and stay informed, all at your fingertips. Over the next year, we're rolling out digital meters nationwide, transforming how we serve you with a safer and cost-efficient water supply. To learn about our digital meters, visit our website or call us today. And don't forget to update your information at any of our locations.
Only one item? Are you tired of limited choices? I'll have the one item on the menu, thank you. Wow! So many choices. Why settle for less when you deserve more? When it comes to the ways you pay, the more, the better. With a variety of payment options available, you can enjoy the freedom to choose what works best for you. Choose freedom. Choose flexibility. Choose from the full menu of payment options. The future of pay is digital.
Eyewitness Sports is brought to you by 103.5 The Beat.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Eyewitness Sports. I'm Laurencia Smith. Thanks for joining us. Topping sports tonight, a home run for the Bahamas tourism product. The Bahamas has teamed up with one of the biggest names in the global sports market, the New York Yankees. The Ministry of Tourism, Investment and Aviation has officially announced a major partnership with the iconic baseball franchise for the 2025 season. The collaboration will put the 242 front and center at Yankee Stadium with an in-stadium branding, digital activation, exclusive hospitality events, all aimed at inspiring traveling and building stronger ties with the Yankees' global fan base. Deputy Prime Minister and Tourism Minister Chester Cooper says the partnership aligns perfectly with the country's push for global visibility. Now, he highlights the importance of our country's sports and tourism brand.
A great program. We believe that sports and tourism is a great intersection. We believe in travel with a purpose, and we have attracted many guests coming to the Bahamas for sports, whether it's Bahama hoops or a bottle of lattice, or whether it's a golf tournament in Zuma or Abaco or the White Sands or gymnastics. This is always a great opportunity to showcase the islands of the Bahamas.
And finally, in sports, happy Flag Day. Across the country, the gold, black, and aquamarine are proudly flying high, symbolizing national pride and athletic excellence. Since it was first hoisted nearly 52 years ago, the Bahamian flag has become a staple on the global sports stage, from Olympic glory to NBA success, and from track and field dominance to swimming elite. It's a flag that continues to be carried with honor by champions who makes this nation proud. Well, that's what's making sports at this hour. I'm Laurencia Smith. Stay tuned for more news on the other side of the break.
Join us on Social Mania, a new and dynamic game show based on the Ministry of Education's primary and junior high school social studies curriculum. Students from schools across the Bahamas go head to head as their knowledge of social studies is challenged. In this episode, C.W. Sawyer Primary School battles Uriah McPhee Primary School. Which school will emerge as winner? To find out, join us as these two schools engage in intense competition. Don't miss it.
Measles is on the rise around the world and the Bahamas is at risk,
which makes us very vulnerable as a nation for the possible outbreak of measles cases.
Every Saturday in May from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., the Ministry of Health and Wellness will host MMR immunization visits in South Beach, Coconut Grove, Fox Hill, and Elizabeth Estates. Clinics in these areas will remain open until 8 p.m. twice per week. Get your child immunized now.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Well, that wraps up news at this hour, but coming up and beyond the headlines with Shanique Miller, it's a look at all of today's top stories. That's coming up and beyond the headlines. It starts right after this. That does it for us here at Eyewitness News. It's certainly been a pleasure having you in our company tonight. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Janae Nawal saying good night. Be safe, everyone.
Edenwell has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay Eden well.
We all know there are ways we can help. Your help can go even further. Be an everyday superhero. Donate to Hands for Hunger.
Tired of driving around from place to place just to get your car insured and licensed? Frustrated with the process of being back and forth from your insurance company to road traffic? Well, BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers just made insuring and licensing your motor vehicle as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1. Visit us at the Road Traffic Department, Section 1, Thomas A. Robinson Sports Stadium. At our office, you can purchase or renew your insurance or get your vehicle inspected. We at BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers represent major carriers. Step 2. See the professionals at Road Traffic to get your vehicle licensed. Step 3. Enjoy your day. Insure with BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers today, saving you time and money. Your one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Great rates, convenient, excellent service. For more information, call us at 322-2221.
So you want a space, but not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
Edenwell has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs. With fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff, let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay Eden well.
We all know there are ways we can help. Your help can go even further. Be an everyday superhero. Donate to Hands for Hunger.
Tired of driving around from place to place just to get your car insured and licensed? Frustrated with the process of being back and forth from your insurance company to road traffic? Well, BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers just made insuring and licensing your motor vehicle as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1. Visit us at the Road Traffic Department, Section 1, Thomas A. Robinson Sports Stadium. At our office, you can purchase or renew your insurance or get your vehicle inspected. We at BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers represent major carriers. Step 2. See the professionals at Road Traffic to get your vehicle licensed. Step 3. Enjoy your day. Insure with BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers today, saving you time and money. Your one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Great rates, convenient, excellent service. For more information, call us at 322-2221.
So you want a space. But not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
Edenwell has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs. With fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff, let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay Eden well.
We all know there are ways we can help. even further.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers on Beyond the Headlines are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written permission of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2021.
Coming up tonight, illegal migration or immigration, a boiling issue on the island of Andros as Bahamians say Haitians are breaking the law and seemingly being allowed to get away with it. We talk about that tonight. Also tonight, the Royal Caribbean Beach Club touting it's months ahead of schedule. Good news, right? Well, you would think so. So why is Philip Simon, the president, being dragged on social media today, being called an Uncle Tom of all things? The big question tonight, Bahamians, what's wrong with us? What happened and why? We'll talk about that. Also, Jamal Moss, the once South Beach aspirant, is tonight speaking out, saying he is an F&M and not being given the nod doesn't change that. Moss says he will be on the ground campaigning for the F&M. It's all straight ahead for you this evening. This is Beyond the Headlines. Good evening. I'm Shanique Miller. It's great to have you along this evening. Well, immigration officers on the island of Andros are allegedly having a tough time carrying out their duties. The island is now home to at least one shanty town, and the officers say it's the resistance from the illegal immigrants and the lack of official support that has them discouraged. It was a voice note that went viral that caught this show's attention, talking about, in fact, what you're looking at right now on the screen are some little houses in Bushes in Andros. We'll find out exactly how far in Bushes of Andros, which area of Andros that now make up a shanty town, at least one that we are hearing of, and that immigration officers, again, have been trying to go and carry out their duties, but really without much success. Joining me this evening is Richard Johnson. Richard, it's good to have you here. Good evening to you. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines. I know that you were contacted by a number of officials, not just regular residents,
right,
but officials on the island of Andros, saying what?
So I had contacted by even local government officials, reference to the fact that this island has now been taken over by illegal migrants, that they are calling on the authorities to try to inquire, find why all these structures are going up, where's the authority, and you have officers who are trying to do their jobs. You saw a picture I sent you where officers was making rounds to pick up illegal migrants. And again, why every island, Family Island in particular, seems to now be under search. We hear about that in Harbour Island, and Harbour Island is so big. What island?
It's this big.
Yeah. So
yes.
What island can I go to? And I don't see those.
Long Island.
Well, yeah, because they only got about 2 or 3 people, one or two. And if that 1 or 2, more likely they're working for somebody, okay? So Andros is saying, listen, we are sick and tired of it. I want to congratulate the Clay Sweden, who, when they did started the demolition of shanty towns, that was a wonderful thing. Again, it needs to commence because this is getting out of hand.
Don't jump ahead of the host, because I want to talk about what you said. Even local government officials are concerned about it. What is happening? We saw right now those houses. Are they in the Bushes or which area of Andros?
So you'd have seen an aerial view, and if you have that video where the aerial view shot would have the zone would have shown the large property. It looked like there's farming going on. It's in the proper of North Andros, I believe it's on Morgan's Bluff. You see the structures. You see a church, I believe, even in the pictures. Gas tanks, clothes outside. Again,
there's that the drone shot right now that you're talking about. So listen, describe what we're looking at.
So you're looking at, again, illegal structures are being built. You see, they look like they got farming going on, and a big part of it. roof. You see bushes. You don't see infrastructure. You don't see road. You see people walking, I guess, to their housing. Again, Andros is big. As you know, Andros is the biggest island
huge, yes.
in the Bahamas. And so again, why is this being allowed?
Is there farming going on, and are they employed by Bahamians?
Well, you can see that actually. You can see the farming field right there.
I can't identify. Oh yes, I see some.
You see the farming going on.
Yeah. What I'm saying, are they farming themselves, or are Bahamian farmers hiring them to farm
Well,
on
that's
that
a
land?
shanty town, so only illegal migrants in the back there. And I'm assuming that they are Haitian nationals. But we like to make this cry about, oh, we have Bahamians living in these areas too.
Shanty towns,
Try
yes.
to justify why the government should not enforce or why we should not go and enforce. What the rule is, no, that don't work. This needs to be gone.
Now let's
Let's
talk about, because this was ignored now for some time. After, I think it was Dorian, we the media, brought this up. I remember hosting another show, and it was brought to my attention at the time, and we brought that up initially because the sprinkling started where they started migrating to Andros. It seems obviously as though that was ignored. Why do you suppose? Now this was from when? When was Dorian? 2019, and it's now 2025. Why do you suppose officials see it best to ignore something like that and let that just become what it's becoming?
Shanique, I'm of the view that we have a lot of Bahamians who are dishonest, and they are in high places of power and privilege and authority. And I'm of the view, allegedly, a lot of them are collecting money under the table, because it cannot be where these shanty towns, you have the custom officer on the ground, the police officer, the local government chief consular, the administrator, the immigration officer, the community leaders, and you can tell me, all y'all on this island, and none of y'all know, this illegal structure is being done.
Happening.
No, man, that cannot be. Somebody is collecting something on the table, Shanique. That's the way I see it.
But Richard, why is it that in the Bahamas we seem to be, or we love
Money.
talking, we love talking,
yes,
and we allow stuff like that to happen? See, and let me tell you why it's more vexing nowadays than perhaps before, if it ever was. But the point is now more than ever, because every single thing an individual has to do to his or her home or property, they have to go through several layers of approval just to get it done.
Yes. Shanique, I was in the straw market the other day, visited a friend who had an issue with the authority, and I was seeing people who I thought shouldn't be there. You go to Fresh Ride, taxi drivers, it's like they're dominant in this country. And for some reason, governments, or this government, is complicit with what's happening in our industry. For some reason, like Bahamians are being driven out of their own industry. And we have Bahamians who are aiding and abetting and being complicit and allowing this to happen. And that's the issue we're having today. Someone own that land.
Listen.
And then maybe some might not own the land. It might be government land. We have shanty towns that are owned by certain set of family in this country that we are afraid to touch. You want me to start calling some names?
Also, that's what it is. That there are certain families or individuals or corporations that own land, and their whole big dollar and the nice big come up is renting those plots
because
of land.
Those people are paying rent to somebody. Somebody is collecting the rent. So if we go back to who they're paying the rent to, because they're not living there for free. Obviously, they're not living there for free. So if we go back to who they are paying the rent to, Shanique, I think this will solve the problem. And I believe we will be shocked and stunned to see who owns these land in this country.
I want to say this, that you said this administration, they may not be doing as much as they need to, but this issue has been a long-standing
Yes, I think they want to take the issue.
This didn't just happen now.
No.
You remember me saying that Andros started having this issue from Dorian.
Right.
When everyone ran away from Abaco because of course Abaco was in desperate times.
Correct.
And so they went to wherever they could go. We saw that taking shape in Andros.
Exactly.
And we tried to raise awareness to it, and nothing was done.
Right. So, and you have Bahamians, Shanique, who are very quiet. They rather hit me up or hit somebody up on social media who have a platform, to be their big brother or big sister, because they're afraid. I don't know what they're afraid of. Because ain't nobody who swim me on a boat or drop in the sky can dictate to me and tell me I can't talk about this country. I don't know. No one can tell me what I cannot say among certain set of people. I born here. I didn't go on Hawkins Hill to get here. It wasn't no approval for me to get no citizenship in this country. So nobody can tell me what I cannot say in my country.
Where do you
Nobody.
suppose the answer lies? And the reason I ask this, I spoke with the Director of Immigration. I spoke with the Deputy Assistant Director in charge of Family Islands in Immigration. I spoke with Clay Sweeting, as you said, and he says this new budget period right here, he will be resuming these demolition of shanty towns, and he is sending a team there to see and investigate. I spoke with, I know there was an issue also that the residents of Andros told you, listen man, these people are driving without licenses. They are on the road driving, and we saw just at the weekend there was a traffic fatality because again, speeding and the rest of it. And I'm not resting that and laying that blame on the illegal immigrants there. I'm just saying though, if you don't have a license and don't know the rules to the road, you just really exacerbate the problem of speeding and not already obeying the laws and the rules of the road.
Exactly.
You see what's happening in the United States, and people may say, "Oh, that's harsh, and that's a racist white man doing what he does." Right. No, that's a man who's saying, "Guess what? The sovereignty of this nation, that one must return."
Yes.
What do you suppose is the answer here?
We have to weed out the bad apple, Shanique. Obviously, this is happening from the top, go down. Because if I could go and buy wood and or solicit material to build a legal structure, no plumbing proper, no electricity proper, Shanique, I'm paying somebody for that. Somebody's collecting that money. Somebody's turning a blind eye to that. So we need to weed out and show and expose those people in authority who are making these decisions and taking money and bribery. Let me tell them now. I want to tell you all, this is a new thing now. Bribery breeds cancer. So you all need to stop taking bribery, please. It breeds cancer. It ain't good for your body. It ain't good for your health. It ain't good for your mind. Stop taking bribery. Stop selling in this country, Shanique. And they need to do the right thing. The law is the law, Shanique. The law is the law. Someone said, listen, Richard, you get the papers every Thursday or every Monday, every week, Shanique, without fail. People are being approved. Citizenship, work permit. Why? And then you're not hearing about shanty town. You're not hearing about sloops no more, Shanique.
No.
Why? You know why? Because it's being said, or that they're coming to the airport.
Yeah, it's being said now, and I know we don't want to appear to be xenophobic, but we also are quite burdened and overtaxed with the legal immigration element.
Yes.
And so when you are legal and you've gone through the right channels, then by all means make a contribution and welcome to the Bahamas.
Yes.
But to go in deep into the bush. You see, by the way, even Trump is standing up and trying to stop. You know that it's known the fact that you send millions of dollars out of this country every year. To the thing about it is, when are we going to enforce laws that are already in place?
Right.
When are we going? Are you hearing how the general residents of Andros and North Andros are feeling with this invasion?
So they in fact, they want me to come down early next week to see for myself firsthand what is happening, where these shanty towns are, how these people are living, and I'm willing to take them on an offer so I can get a first-hand look of what's happening on the island. I think our people, we need to take a Long Island mentality, all right? In Long Island, they catch you, they bring you in, they feed you, and they send you on your way packing because you ain't going to here, and you ain't going to stay here. Bahamians on those islands, I'm telling you now, you better do it now. Stop being complacent. I hear this cry about we all God people and they need somewhere to be. I agree, we all God people. Yes, we must look at our brothers and keep it. But your way of living. See, Shanique, here's the point. Most of us grow up in Clyde house and outside toilet and not having the finer things in life and sleeping with 10 people in one house. We know about them things, Shanique. We know about them things. We have grown out of that.
Bahamians too have had a hard
time. Yes, we had a hard time
coming of age.
Yeah, but we some of the most successful in this country today, Shanique, they came from humble and hard beginnings. They didn't allow their slum and their condition to set what their future is. And so no, we're not a part of that. We don't want that. We don't need it. It's not good. It's not clean. It is unhealthy. This is not the Bahamas. This is where it's supposed to be clean and live up to the standard. So you know how hard it is to get permits and go to this rigorous, to get things done in this country? And you can tell me, you could drop on the roof, come on a fridge, drop in the sky, and come here, and the issue is, well, you know, you got to go to the court to move them or to evict them. That should not be, Shanique.
It should not be.
Should not be. Should not be.
Should not be. And in 2025, Bahamians have had enough of it.
Yes.
It's become a strain even on Bahamians.
Yes.
And so the thing is that something must be done to bring proper address to what's taking
To what's
place.
taking place.
Now we know Andros is key in terms of the nation's water supply, or certainly perhaps maybe the Northwest Bahamas water supply. It has an excellent fresh water table and so many
Yes.
other things. Have you heard maybe talk about the fact that people are saying, wait a minute, what about the water table?
Yeah, I've heard about that. In fact, the former minister called me on my way to the show because he just saw my note. He said, well, when I was minister, we actually had this issue too regarding that water table possibly or could have been or did, were contaminated. Because why? These people are not putting in the proper infrastructure, sewer and water and all these things, and that's an issue. So again, if we know these things from study, we've had task forces, we've had these people doing this investigation, this report, we know these things. Shanique, it's not a new phenomenon to know governments that when people live like that, it's an issue for our environment and our health.
It is.
So it's not a new phenomenon.
It is.
So we don't, same thing when people down and I think they addressed that issue with the fire down in Coral Harbor, where people were illegally cutting down trees and fire. It's a hazard. The smoke is a hazard. So again, we have to take a serious grip on this issue, Shanique. The people of North Andros, they're sick and tired. And I'm here to support them in that regard. I'm here to bring this matter to the front. I spoke to Clay Sweeten, as you did, and I think you said something about some authorities were not aware.
Mm-hmm. You heard me I spoke very clearly. I spoke with the director, I spoke with the assistant director who is in charge of Family Island Affairs in the Ministry of Immigration. And I spoke with several other people. I spoke with the controller of road traffic. This alleged claim of people driving illegally, they have no idea about that. So if local government is going to reach out to you and tell you that it's an issue, then they need to come up with the proof. So local government, listen, don't just talk about it. See, because this is what you all have a habit of doing in the Bahamas, whether it's Andros, whether it's Nassau, wherever it is. You talk, and don't want to stand up. If you're not going to stand up, I think people love to quote Cylinden in something similar to this. Right. Mm-hmm. Something about if you don't fight for your country, then you don't deserve it. Okay, then, so if you're going to continue whispering behind anybody's back and not stand up and do what it is that you were elected to do, which a part of which includes enforcing the law of where you are elected to serve, then you are not worthy of that position and that seat. You're absolutely not, Richard.
I agree. Well, I agree with you 1,000%, because I can't see how the officers could tell you
they said they don't know
about it. I don't understand.
They have no idea about it. These are senior officials.
No, man, can't be.
They know nothing about it.
So they out to lunch then. We're paying them, and you could tell me the man over there?
They out to something.
Wow, there's a fellow, I think he's a senior officer. His last name is Joseph. And he's an immigration officer?
Yes.
I actually have a problem with that.
Why would you have a problem? Now, Richard, I don't know if last name should come up with you having a problem because
I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. We had an officer, we saw it on social media. She had her police uniform and she had the Bahamian flag pin and Haitian flag. No, that can't be. No, not on our uniform.
No.
So I'm making the point.
Her superior could not have had her in a Bahamian pin and a Haitian pin on an official Bahamas uniform.
You didn't see that? You didn't see that?
No, I didn't see it.
Yes, that was viral. That was all over the place.
Really?
Yes. Should have taken off. They are bigoted, Shanique.
So what? No, but what games we playing? What flipping? How you could be bigoted? How you could be bigoted in another man's house?
So why you think? So Joseph is what name?
I don't know what name it is.
It ain't this.
I don't know what name it is.
It ain't this.
No, but I want to say to you.
What did Joseph say to me?
You cannot discriminate against somebody's last name.
All I'm saying is Joseph is a senior immigration officer in the Department of Immigration, and that has me worried and concerned.
Richard?
Because he was one of the people who tell you and you that he ain't know about it. How when you senior? See, that's why he named Joseph.
This is beyond the headlines. Richard, when you go to Andros, certainly keep us abreast because it is a serious matter. Our sovereignty, we are coming up right now on 52 years of independence. Many people are saying in another 52 years, how will the Bahamas look? Well, we know it'll change a little bit. Yeah. Of course, it's a part of migration and evolving, but certainly we want it to still be Bahamian. Yes. That's really the bottom line right there. This is Beyond the Headlines. We're back right after this.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Call now to get more of the care you need.
At the Water and Sewage Corporation, safety and convenience are our top priorities. However, our meter readers face challenges that can make their job difficult. Locked gates to guard dogs sometimes leads to missed readings and estimated bills, which can be frustrating for you and us. That's why we're upgrading to digital meters. They bring safety, accuracy, and convenience to homes across the Bahamas. We can streamline data collection, reduce on-site visits, and provide more accurate bills with no more estimates. Digital meters also help detect leaks early, saving you from costly bills and reducing water waste. Soon, a user-friendly app will let you track your water usage, manage bills, and stay informed, all at your fingertips. Over the next year, we're rolling out digital meters nationwide, transforming how we serve you with a safer and cost-efficient water supply. To learn about our digital meters, visit our website or call us today. And don't forget to update your information at any of our locations.
For over 24 years, Monarchy Motors has provided unsurpassed quality control in the Japan import business. We fly to Japan direct and personally inspect vehicles before bidding in a live auction. All cars are accident-free and professionally inspected before shipping. Once landed, we provide comprehensive maintenance and inspection at our on-site service department. That's how we're able to provide a 3-month warranty and in-house financing on all cars. So visit Monarchy Motors. We're on Shirley Street and Village Road intersection.
I feel good when you're wrapped up in my arms, dancing to a reggae song. Feel good, feel good. I feel good, cause your perfume isn't loud, and only I can talk about. Feel good, feel good. You feel like velvet rubbing over my skin, and when your
Welcome to Paradise Premium Foods, where exceptional taste meets everyday convenience. Right in the heart of Hurricane Hole Plaza, whether you're planning a beachside brunch, an intimate dinner, or simply restocking your favorites, we offer only the finest selection of local and imported goods, handpicked for quality, freshness, and flavor. At Paradise Premium Foods, shopping is effortless, service is personal, and every visit feels like a treat. From gourmet meals to go to organic essentials and indulgent treats, this is your neighborhood market elevated. Live well, eat better. Discover Paradise Premium Foods, now open at Hurricane Hole Plaza, Paradise Island. Paradise Premium Foods. Taste the difference.
Win a brand new 2026 GAC MPOW every week for 5 weeks. Every 10 reward points earns you 1 digital entry. The more entries you gain, the better your chances to win. 5 weeks, 5 cars. Will you be one of our lucky winners? Catch the keys today, only at Island Luck. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so game responsibly.
If you enjoy watching Beyond the Headlines, take advantage of our exclusive offers with 4 15-minute interview segments at $1,200 and 20 30-second TV ads at $2,000. Contact 557-0258 or 557-0259 for more information. Go beyond with Beyond the Headlines.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. It's good to have you tuned in this evening. Of course, that immigration topic, particularly illegal immigration, is quite emotive and will continue to be discussed. I imagine it'll be one of, as we said before, really, it'll be one of the hot button issues in this election season. We're really not going to dwell there because we have a lot to get to and through for the remainder of the show. So let me quickly move on. Royal Caribbean Cruise Line's president, Philip Simon, is boasting of beating the resort Resort's December deadline today, Philip announced, and I'm trying to just read it right here. He says that bookings are now open for the new Beach Club Resort and Experience in the Bahamas, more than 5 months ahead of the scheduled debut. The Royal Beach Club Paradise Island is set to open in December 2025. Of course, we know exactly where it is, just off Paradise Island, offering cruise passengers a new way to spend their day ashore. Now, this is quite incredible. We all know Royal Caribbean is a global brand, a global name. It has its built-in clientele, and really is awesome. But we all know that also, for the longest while, there was sort of a fight happening. The fight involved Toby Smith, who really wanted the entire island to develop as the vision that he had in mind. And then the Royal Caribbean stepped in, however that timeline happened. But they presented a plan that the government of the day, and I think this started some years ago, that the government of the day said, listen, this will absolutely better benefit country. Not just here, but really, just really be open up to country. And so it is. Now we have a Bahamian president, and I am understanding, which you will hear more of in this discussion, a number of Bahamian senior executives on that property, not to mention other opportunities that will avail themselves. What's happening today? Well, Philip Simon, the president, was attacked, mercilessly on social media, being called an Uncle Tom, a sellout, all the rest of it. I wonder, Shaquita, them, what y'all want? What is it y'all want as we celebrate our 52nd independence? You see me with these colors? The thing about it is, why I'm asking you that is, when are you going to be happy for one of your own? For somebody who steps up, has worked hard, proven themselves, and continue to improve and enhance and aspire to more, so that he could help bring you along. But no, he is being now chastised for being an aggressive and hard-working professional. We're going to get into that this evening. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines. Beyond the Headlines contributors, of course, welcome for the first time as well. But Peggy Candice, and also Gabrielle McKinsey. Gabrielle, I imagine you have yes, go ahead. But welcome.
Gabrielle McKinsey, Aeneas now.
Yes, good to see you. Yes, listen, I know, right?
Yeah.
Welcome, ladies. Ladies, let's jump right in. How disturbing is this and what we saw and are continuing to see play out on social media for something? One, there's good news. We're happy to know that the Bahamas has a new attraction that's set to come on stream in months.
Good evening, everyone. Shanique, I think it's just like our people sometimes. It's what we have become accustomed to. Somewhat of the black crab syndrome, that even as we fight and we ask to see more Bahamians included at the very top of these organizations, hotel industries have been here for years, bringing in expat workers to be presidents
and vice presidents
and general managers of these organizations. And we've been fighting tirelessly as Bahamians to see our own running these operations. And we have here our own people kind of tearing down in the person of Philip Simon, someone who has committed his service to us, bringing Bahamians up on every level. Not just Philip Simon is there. You have the general manager, who is another Bahamian, who is in the person of Troy Smith. You have their HR manager, countless Bahamians. And I'm being told that this organization employs Bahamians throughout 100% in the contractual opportunities. So all of the services are being contracted out to Bahamian companies to hire even more Bahamians. Shanique, what more we want?
I'm not quite sure. Peggy, what you have an answer to that question?
Good evening, Bahamas. Welcome, Gabby. Thank you for having me here, Shanique. You both asked very great questions. What more do you want? I started to read some of the comments and they're so disgusting. Normally people who have little or nothing to offer are the ones who are very critical of Bahamians who step up to the plate. I think the big problem is, Shanique, we have made it a tradition of just complaining and griping. What opportunities for the country? What more do you want? What can you offer? What investment are you making, Mr. Miss Big Mouth, that you will sit down and attack a Bahamian who has opened opportunities for other Bahamian. Right. This is a tourist destination, and as I was reading up, it's gonna be phenomenal. Phenomenal. And I'm hoping Bahamians are included too, right?
Because Toby's Bahamians are totally included.
Yes.
And then there's an opportunity for the mushroom effect.
Yes.
So that spin-off business opportunities. But you all, let's look at Toby for a moment, and we'll go further into this tomorrow.
So good.
Yeah, we'll
definitely a Karen, Shanique. I think if the principles of Karen were to be attributed to this, definitely operating in that Karen mentality, where if you're not
so he's the male Karen?
The male Karen. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Like,
I wonder what you call it. So the male Karen is who? Anybody know what the male Karen is?
Can we call him Kevin?
We call him
Kevin. No, Kevin.
The Kevin is sound Karen enough. I like the male version of Karen. That's what we're gonna call him today.
Because ladies, the reason I asked and brought his name up, allegedly, he is behind this whole inciting of, because he's gone to London recently to speak with the international media to talk about this project again. Here's somebody who got it in his hands. And for some reason, is just squandering it, meaning he owns the other part of that island or key.
For this conversation, the name Toby is so appropriate.
It's weird.
When we think about the story of the dog in the bone, you have your bone. You are given an opportunity. You have land that ordinary Bahamians will never have access to. You had opportunity to create your own project. There's enough of the pie.
Toby hasn't planted not even a flower on that land as yet. He is too busy looking over the wall at Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, another bone in the reflection.
That's it. And the reflection that's reflecting back at him. Toby, go plant a tree and then figure out how you going to develop the rest of that.
Down, Toby, down.
We will come back at this tomorrow evening because it's quite disgusting. Obviously, we can see the benefit of having a global brand like Royal Caribbean kind of be exactly where they are doing what they do right now.
For Bahamians, I'm being told
what is it?
That shares 49% of this project is going to be owned by Bahamians, and those papers are with the Attorney General's office now.
So you're saying that Bahamians can buy shares in the...
Bahamians will be offered shares in this project. I've got incredible information from the president, who I'm sure you're going to bring on your show very soon, Shanique, to divulge more information about this product. So I don't see, Toby is just like Kenneth said, a dog with a bone that doesn't want to play with his bone anymore.
No, and you know what, Toby, you come back on. You've been here before. Come back on. Let's hear what your gripe is, because I think you need a reality check to understand. And bring some photos of the nice little plants that you planted already and that are actually growing, and something is happening. Let's move on, man. Stop being a distraction. Okay, it is distasteful. Progressive Liberal Party Chairman Fred Mitchell is accusing members of rival political parties of being responsible for an artificial intelligence video that purports to have Mitchell criticizing the LGBT community. Mitchell has since condemned the video, labeling it as political mischief and a cowardly attempt to spread discrimination. Mitchell adds that it's a mischievous abuse of technology that he claims opposing parties would utilize to ruin the governing party's reputation, even as election season is now underway.
This is very extremely, this election cycle that is only just beginning has been so distasteful.
No, it's air.
It's been so distasteful. And the idiots who would create such video? No, thank God. But I'm saying the LGBT community are voters, you idiots. I sometimes I don't.
Well, that's true. Because how could you alienate an entire community just for politics?
And the point of the matter
is, no pun intended, I ain't talking about no book or nothing. I just trying to say it's politics, but then you want their vote.
Exactly. And the sad thing about it, how do members of the community that support other parties besides the Progressive Liberal Party, how are you all to stomach these people? These people are critical of your community, your rights to choose. It doesn't make sense no more. This cycle is no longer silly. It is far stupid than I've ever seen.
I think it's just downright disgusting and ridiculous. The lows now that political operatives are going to just to get a point across, or even just to bring them
up one, you know, to
bring,
up
or
the
even
next.
to bring themselves across the finish line. I mean, present your plan to the Bahamian people. How stupid do you think we are? Are we going to continue to be distracted by the noise in the market and everything going around when you see our country is under siege? Earlier in the show, you talked about immigration. We have so many critical matters. I don't think the LGBTQ and any video is one of them at the top of the list. We have so much more important matters to
I'm
worry
surprised
about.
first of all, I'm just hearing about this. I was surprised when I was watching the news in the newsroom, because I'm like, what? Because it isn't one of our issues. We don't vote on that. They are Bahamians, and let them vote as they wish. Now you have alienated them, so I just hope they're listening. Still talking politics. This time, former FNM candidate for the West, Grand Bahama and Bimini during the 2023 by-election, Bishop Ricardo Grant, is suggesting that he has no particular preference, despite swirling speculation that the bishop is eyeing Central Grand Bahama as the FNM's candidate pick. Now, those rumors coming weeks after Member of Parliament Aram Lewis ditched the FNM and joined forces with the Coalition of Independents, giving that party its first Member of Parliament. Grant says days after the FNM released its first batch of candidates for the next general election. You all remember Lewis's departure created a vacancy for what has been labeled a safe seat for the FNM. Party insiders allege that Grant is one of several individuals allegedly seeking the party's nomination. Take a listen.
Bishop Grant is positioned himself to serve wherever, is necessary, needed, and wherever my party and my leaders see fit to make certain that I'm placed to serve, I'm prepared to do so. And Central Grand Bahama is where I pastor, and also I live. And so, to serve the people in Central Grand Bahama, it would be a distinct honor and a privilege to do so. And I'm blessed to see that we have such a deep bench, and not only that, to see the number of individuals who are stepping up to the plate and wanting to offer themselves for service. Anytime you have Bahamians, young Bahamians, middle-aged persons, and persons who are wanting to make certain that they position themselves to serve, I believe it's a hats off to them for me, And so for me, like I said, I'm prepared and I'm ready on day one.
There you have it, Peggy and Gabrielle. Bishop Ricardo Grant saying, listen, he's just open. Let the leader make his choice and do the assignments. And he is willing to go there if indeed he is called upon or gets the opportunity. Central Grand Bahama seems to be one of those seats, certainly that is, I guess the FNM certainly is looking at that seat as, listen, who could get in, because that is almost a sure bet.
I don't think any seat, Shanique, is a sure bet. I think with the voting populace shifting, the demographics of voters shifting, I don't think any party can depend on the strongholds of yesteryear to continue to today. I think you need to get your candidates, get them on the ground, and get to work. It's interesting that we see Mr. Grant now showing up and speaking when I personally haven't seen anything from him since the by-election. What work have you continually been doing to show Bahamians that you are worthy to be chosen as their representative? I think a lot of people are delusional, Shanique. I think a lot of these persons are just downright out of their minds thinking that because
that is automatic, or sometimes
that something is going to be given to them.
Yeah, no, you're right. Gabrielle, you make an incredible point, because the thing is, where have you been? What have you been doing? How vocal and visible have you been anywhere in Grand Bahama to say, you know what? Let me look at Central Grand, and that's for anywhere in any constituency in the Bahamas. I mean, some of y'all figure y'all can just roll over one day because y'all had a dream. And then God spoke to y'all, and y'all can go in whatever constituency it is.
Everyone thinks they're called, Shanique, and that's the thing. So many are called or think they're being called. But I'm starting to question, which voices are they hearing? Where are these voices coming from that you now believe that you are called for this time and this season?
Gabby, watch this blue. You sound a little bluish to me.
And listen, happy to Bahamas.
Let's set it straight.
Nassau is the capital of Bahamas.
Nassau is the capital of Bahamas. Yes.
One of the things that I would love for us to progress to as a Bahamian society is the idea that there are safe seats. You both bring up very important points. Some of these people haven't lifted a leaf in the constituency that now they want to represent.
They don't know where the constituency is.
And some of them start lifting leaves 3 months ago because they want to be considered. And I want Bahamians to pay special attention of them to these things because we need to know who these individuals are, your contribution to your community and to this nation. Too long we have been accepting, and I think the FNM is under the delusion that this 5-year swing thing is going to happen. And I wanted to divorce them of that idea. You have to earn. We need to know what you are offering. You keep pointing to this and pointing to that, but we have little or no solutions to the problem. How you going to fix this? And if you don't get a loan, where the money come? You'll get your home chest to take care of this country. And so these are important things. Who you ask? Where you just come from? And where you think you going? Those are the questions that needs to be answered.
Pressure tall this political season, child. Pressure tall. We are going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to continue on politics. There's a lot more to come. Did you all hear that Dr. Fox, his medical practice was vandalized? Well, we're going to see about that when we come back right here after the break. Stay close.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
After I was in a plane crash in June 1983, I lost my left arm. I had some good friends came along, fishing guides. They said, man, we can teach you to fly fish. Exumo. Can you see? Look at it, man. One of the nicest places you want to be in the world. There were challenges learning to cast, learning to put a fly on a leader, learning to tie the different knots for me as a handicapped individual. As a matter of fact, I don't really feel handicapped because I could do everything, man. Anything anybody could do, I think I could do it too. Because with your mindset to do anything, no matter what you are, what you look like, what's happening to you, you can do it. Persons in our positions, it's hard to get fundings and very, very expensive. SBDC would be helpful in regards to help funding people with disabilities. So nothing is impossible if you're disabled, any kind of disability. Put faith in God and trust God. Believe you will overcome.
So you want a space. But not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space? If you enjoy watching Beyond the Headlines, take advantage of our exclusive offers with 4 15-minute interview segments at $1,200 and 20 30-second TV ads at $2,000. Contact 557-0258 or 557-0259 for more information. Go beyond with Beyond the Headlines.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. Free National Movement candidate Dr. Nicholas Fox is dealing with a troubling act of vandalism and theft at his place of establishment. Police are investigating a break-in at the medical office of Fox, and he is raising concerns about political intimidation and security. We get the story from Linton Ritchie Jr.
It seems to be politically motivated. Why else would they do it? It's never been done before. I've been here 10 years.
Just days after the medical veteran, Dr. Nicholas Fox, made his debut to frontline politics, being ratified as the Free National Movement candidate for Fox Hill. His office space, the Medi Center on Collins Avenue, became the scene of one of the country's latest robberies. What you're looking at is video footage from Fox's office, the scene his medical staffers met that criminals left behind. The ceiling cut open and papers sprawled. According to Fox, the attack went underway around 2:30 a.m. on Monday.
Guards were missing. The float was missing. Files were taken out of the drawer. It was strewn all over the place.
Now, Eyewitness News asked Fox why he believes the incident is politically motivated. He emphasized while some items were taken, the vandalism says it all.
Suddenly, 4 days after ratification, my office is ransacked. I just find it too coincidental.
However, despite the robbery, the political hopeful is making one thing clear. Nothing or no one will deter him.
I'm in this to win this. I think the Fox Hill people need good representation. The Fox Hill need somebody that's genuine.
Officials say authorities reportedly visited the business establishment, taking fingerprints, statements, and hopes those responsible will be brought to justice. Linton Ritchie Jr., Eyewitness News.
Ladies, I spoke with Dr. Fox. Of course, he was quite troubled, and you know, his office really serves a whole lot of people in the community, and he really was quite just shocked that it was vandalized in the way it was.
It is troubling. It's troubling to see, and I send him my regards. I would like to think that it is politically motivated, and so there's little I can say on it. I'm just so sorry that it has happened.
Yeah, it is deeply concerning in reference to crime and where we're at. Anytime these things happen to you, you know, it takes away a piece of you because you feel violated. It does,
because you feel so violated.
And you've invested, you know, your time, your energy, your resources to even serving your people and the community. So my thoughts and prayers go out to Dr. Fox. I hope that too much damage wasn't done and he can quickly rebuild and get things going back, because anything that serves the community is good for us, and we need more of those spaces and places.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he is you know, a preferred medical professional that many people know and have known for years, and so they certainly flock to his establishment. Leader of the Coalition of Independence, Lincoln Bain, not holding back words for opposition Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard, as he is criticizing the party's first group of ratified candidates in the upcoming general election. While at the opening of the COI's headquarters, Bain says from his view, only his party is serious about bettering the Bahamas.
We're not impressed. We think that if Michael Pintard is even going to use our slogan by saying change ain't coming, change is here, in a senior moment he must have had, we think that they should actually present change like we are doing. To present 9 out of 17 candidates, a majority, who are the same old people from the last election, you can't be serious about change. It's disgraceful. It's disgraceful that you're going to come back with persons like Marvin Dames, who has failed us, with persons like Darren Henfield, who has failed us. We want change, man. Give someone else a chance. Give another party a chance. You know what's going to happen if you vote for the PLP or FNM. You know what's going to happen. More after 6 months after election, everybody complaining, everybody won election, everyone tired and fed up. You want that same thing again? No. I think it's time for change.
Ladies, you all saw, I see you both are laughing, but you all saw the leader of COI, Lincoln Bain, says, listen, only the COI really standing on business with their candidates versus what the FNM rolled out last week. Response?
The hilarious thing about Lincoln Bain, in the background there's Mr. Hiram Lewis, a former member of the Minnis administration. So much for change, right, Lincoln? To me, it is apparent to me that Lincoln is after the opposition position, not really the government. He's targeting the FNM to kick the FNM and make the FNM the third party and COI the official opposition. I think he knows limitation when it comes to the electorate, and I think he accepts the fact that he will never be prime minister.
Lincoln Bain definitely has something going on in his head. What is it? I do not know. I wish he could let us in on it, because there is no way that you could make such assertions with the lineup of candidates that no other political party or the FNM isn't serious. Are you serious? I have not heard Lincoln Bain hit back at the government for one failed thing yet. He is actually auditioning finally for the role of opposition while he's failing. He is starring in the role that he's trying to play in being the leader of the opposition, because it's clear.
But is he doing a good job? I mean, and he has spoken out on a number of things as it relates to the government. But is he succeeding in your opinion?
He's not staying feet to the fire. He's more focused on what the FNM is doing, what Pintard is doing. The FNM and Pintard is in the opposition. They are not the government. They are trying to get government just like he is. So I think he needs to, first and foremost, put his ducks in a row before he can criticize the opposition.
Well, Gabrielle, I'll start with you. Your thoughts on the Free National Movement's rollout of its initial candidates, and then Peggy, I'll ask you.
Well, my thoughts on the Free National Movement's role of candidates, it's an interesting batch. I mean no harm when I say that. I do think that there are some uphill battles. I do not believe that this election is going to go the way political parties believe that it's going to go. And I stand firmly in that. A lot of people think that when I voice an opinion that I am anti-FNM all of a sudden, or I'm anti-this, or I am leaning towards that. I am a concerned Bahamian. I am Bahamian first. I was born here. I didn't fly here. I live here. I was born here. And my thing is, it's all in who's going to represent the Bahamas, who's going to represent Bahamians to the level that we want. We've seen promises coming from
Bain suggested that some of the, and Peg, you could pick up right after she answers this, listen, some of these faces are recycled. And belong to the same administration that y'all are complaining about. How do you respond?
I don't think this is anything new. I don't think that you should throw all the time the baby with the bathwater. I think the FNM has been criticized on numerous issues in terms of them just getting rid of everyone, swinging the axe on everyone. So in there, I do believe there are some potential good returning candidates that still have something to offer wherever it is that they are offering themselves. And some of them were the people's choice, based on what I'm hearing from the ground. People were saying, listen, we was vexed, we ain't come out to vote, but we wasn't vexed with you directly or you specifically as the candidate.
Peggy?
Shanique, I was also one of those Bahamians expressing concern when I saw the members of the 17 ratified candidates one of the greatest surprise for me is the Darren Enfield, Senator Darren Enfield,
Why?
being in South Beach.
Why?
Simply because that was a surprise, because I've never heard that Darren Enfield, everything I was hearing was back to Abaco. And so when you see him in South Beach, and not only I was surprised, apparently the association, South Beach Association, was equally surprised because they were not aware that that appointment would happen. And now we see Senator Jamal Morse, who is another surprise, because Senator Jamal Morse was interested in Tall Pines. Bunch of council going up on in the F&M, and this is why the confidence in what is losing confidence in many people who are not diehards. Jamal is saying, Jamal, I was surprised because I did PR for Jamal.
You did what? Because Jamal pulled back and sent. In fact, I'll wear it tomorrow. I'll put it tomorrow. I promise. Someone sent it to me, and I'm like, I will. Just as I played it last night, I will play this one because he doubled back and said, listen, hold up. Okay, you all saw it, yes.
Pressure tall, and so for Jamal, during these difficult times that the Free National Movement find itself, for him to come out and be honest, how dare you, Jamal, to come out and give your honest feeling, and you know that is unacceptable in that party, to be honest and straightforward.
Jamal is a National Party officer, though, Candace.
He said it's views, it's honest views,
yes,
and then he pulled back.
I naturally feel empathetic for Jamal in his bid. Jamal is a young F&M who served the F&M for a very, very long time.
He has climbed the ranks.
He has climbed.
Yes, but Jamal was working along with the late Dawn Sanders. Jamal,
So why didn't he go after Tall Pines?
Because the person who was competing, the aspirating candidate, was the great Shadow Safen, the Secretary General. Jamal knew that
Safen Roll is the Secretary General of the Free National Movement.
Yeah, and he's also aspiring candidate for Tall Pines. Where you going? Where you come from? And that is why. No, that is why, Jamal. Listen, I'm guessing. Like I said, I did some social media work for Senator Jamal Morse for his interest.
I saw you pushing Jamal Morse in Tall Pines. So Jamal never would have communicated to you that he also had an interest in South Beach, because the association, based on the message that he would have relayed to the public, the association would have put his name forward. So he would have had some level of conversations with the association.
That's why he gets none, because you cannot be double-minded. The Bible says double-minded is in all its ways. And so Jamal wasn't committed to South Beach, nor Tall Pines.
Maybe in Jamal's poor defense. Maybe Jamal wants. Maybe Jamal just wants to serve at a higher level.
You can
trying to be MP.
Yeah, but you can serve at a higher level.
I'll tell you this. Here's somebody who ain't got time for none of them. Justin, am I hearing that music? I better not. Here's somebody who ain't standing on business and ain't checking for nobody. Dr. Hubert Minnis went viral on his PR. Listen to me. Listen. You know who's starring? You know who's starring? First play it, Justin. Where did we get through?
PRing. Go ahead. I love good PR. He PRing. Love it.
After a successful fishing trip, now this fish preparation, curried fish, was prepared by this hand. The beans were grown and picked by these hands. Sweet pepper was grown and picked by these hands. What you're seeing now are valuable hands. These are what you call precious hands. And now, the nice, beautiful curry fish will now be moved by this hand into this mouth. Look this. Magnifico.
That right there is what you call winning.
There was a burner account during COVID that had Dr. Minnis's face and it used to tweet certain things. I am now wondering if Dr. Minnis is indeed that troll behind his own burner account.
On Twitter? On Twitter? Oh, that was
Dr.
lit.
Minnis
That was
is
lit.
a troll.
That was
He
lit.
is a troll in
Dr.
real
Minnis
life.
standing
You
on
better
business.
follow up
Man,
Dr.
I'll tell you this.
Follow up Dr.
Go ahead, Peggy. Go ahead, Peggy.
Minnis as mature in his role. Whoever doing his PR is PRing.
He's definitely trying to pick up the algorithm.
He ain't trying to pick up the algorithm.
He's picking up the algorithm.
He is the algorithm.
He is trolling.
That's all I'm
But
saying.
this is why they have to maintain focus.
Get excited about Peggy.
Maintain focus.
Shush. Listen to me. I thank you all so much. At the top of tonight's show, Richard Johnson, thank you very much for being here. Of course, in the last two segments, you saw Peggy Candace and Gabrielle McKinsey Ineas. Thank you so much for you. I think you could work out well with the team. I think so. And I want to thank all of you this evening for tuning in. Certainly enjoyed having you along, and I look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow evening. For the entire Beyond the Headlines team, I'm Shanique Miller. Make it a great evening, everyone.